The year is 1955, and you are a young, ambitious mafia captain looking to make a name for yourself in the criminal underworld of post-war New York City. You've got your sights set on the top, but there's one thing standing between you and the life of luxury: the power and respect that comes with being a mafia don. That one thing is the current Don, Don Altobello, who rules the city's most powerful crime family with an iron fist. He's old, he's sick, and he's not going anywhere fast. But you're going to need more than just patience to succeed. You're going to need power. Welcome to Mafia, the Silent Dawn. Today, we're retaking a look at what many consider to be the best entry in the Mafia series. It's Mafia, the Silent Dawn, which was released back in 2009. Let's get into it. So let's start off by talking about the story. As I mentioned earlier, you play as a young mafia captain working for the aging Don Altobello. Don Altobello has held the title of Don for decades, and during his reign, he has made millions and millions of dollars, all of which he has stashed away in Swiss banks. But after becoming seriously ill, he must bring in the next generation of mafia leaders to help him out. Enter you, a promising young captain who has been hand-selected by Don Altobello to help move the family business forward. However, not everyone is happy about this. A couple of other capo, regime, or mafia captains in the family see themselves as more deserving of the promotion. And if you ask me, they have a point. Why you? Why were you chosen for this job? Well, because the Don knows something about you that the others don't. You have a particular talent for killing people without remorse. Yep, that's right. This game does not mess around. It throws you into the deep end from the very first mission and doesn't let up until the bitter end. Anyway, you rise through the ranks under the watchful eye of the Don until eventually he dies and all of the family. Capos meet together to figure out who will take his place. In the ensuing power struggle, you will have to eliminate some of your fellow captains before they eliminate you. To say any more would risk major spoilers, so I'll just leave it at this. The story in Mafia 2 is intense, keeps you guessing until the end, and leaves you feeling like you have actually lived a life of organized crime. Okay, so the story is fantastic, but what about the gameplay? Is it equally as good? Well, in short, yes. The developers over at 2K Check took the tried-and-true Mafia formula and added a few new features that elevate the gameplay to new heights. For starters, there is no cover system here, none whatsoever. Instead, you have to use your environment to stay hidden and take cover. You can duck behind cars, pillars, crates, pretty much anything that isn't nailed down. And when you do pop out to shoot, you have to do it quickly, because the enemy AI is smart enough to realize that someone is trying to pick them off one by one and will take cover themselves. So pop out, fire a couple of shots, and then get back to cover before you become the target yourself. Oh, and watch out for friendly fire. Your enemies won't be the only ones trying to gun you down. Your own men are just as trigger-happy and will gladly shoot you if they think you were the enemy. I'm pretty sure they'd also shoot you if you weren't the enemy. Basically, you have to keep track of 3 separate things at once: your health, your ammo, and your surroundings. It's a lot to handle, but thankfully you do have a couple of tricks up your sleeve to help you survive the intense firefights. First, there's the ability to throw your gun. By throwing your gun, you can distract enemies, allowing you to slip past them undetected or giving you a chance to catch your breath if they re too far away to notice. Second, there's the ability to crawl. Crawling allows you to move through areas without being detected, but it's risky because if you're spotted while crawling, you'll immediately become the target of enemy gunfire. Third, there's the ability to hide bodies. Hiding bodies is important for 2 reasons. First, it prevents the police from finding your victims and connecting the crime to you. And second, it prevents your enemies from finding your victims and realizing that you've killed them. Another great thing about Mafia 2 is that it isn't afraid to mix things up. The missions are constantly changing, keeping you on your toes and challenging you to adapt to new situations. One minute, you could be taking out a group of enemy soldiers. The next, you could be racing through the streets of New York in a car chase. And later on, you might find yourself sneaking through a heavily guarded mansion, trying to avoid detection. There is no shortage of action in Mafia 2. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. It sounds intense. How the hell am I supposed to keep track of everything that's going on? Well, thankfully, the game gives you a helping hand in the form of AI companions. Throughout the game, you will be joined by other members of the Mafia family who will help you fight your enemies and cover your ass. but these guys aren't invincible. They can take damage and even die if you don't protect them, so you have to keep an eye on them as well. Despite the addition of AI companions, the game is still very much a stealth game at its core. You will have to use stealth and cunning to get past some of the toughest enemies and obstacles the game throws at you. For example, you may need to sneak past a group of guards or hack into a computer terminal to open a door. As for weapons, there is a wide variety of firearms available to you, from pistols and shotguns to machine guns and rocket launchers. You can also carry 2 weapons at once, which comes in handy when facing tougher enemies. Now, as expected, there's also a range of different enemy types to test your skills against. There are basic grunts, but also tougher enemies like snipers and heavy weapons. Guys, each with their own strengths and weaknesses, and it's up to you to figure out how to take them down. And finally, let's talk about the graphics. Mafia 2 is widely regarded as having some of the best graphics ever seen in a video game. The open world is truly immersive, and the character models are incredibly detailed. The cutscenes are also top-notch and really make you feel like you're watching a movie. So overall, what is Mafia? The Silent Dawn? Well, in my opinion, it's the perfect blend of action, adventure, and stealth. We're using for a game that will keep you on the edge of your seat and make you feel like you're reliving out your very own Mafia fantasy. Then look no further. This game is for you. Thanks for watching. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content.